Okay, so the last time, the first lesson what we have learned in the related to backup and redundant server. Suppose this is my main server, right? Okay, and this is my branch server, right? And this main server and branch server, they are connected with the help of internet. They are connected with the help of internet, right? Now if somebody will ask you, okay, this is your main domain controller, okay, and this is your branch server, right? So the first question they will ask you, why you need branch server, why you need branch server. Okay, we need branch server because if I have users here, right, they are connected here. If I have users here, user 1, user 2, user 3, like this, right? And if they want to log in to the server, what they are connected to the server locally, right? Locally they are connected. My god. Locally. But in branch location, maybe if you do not have server, maybe you do not have server. So what you have here, you have your router, right? With the help of router you are communicating to your domain controller, and with the help, and from here you have your switch connected, and after that switch you have users. You have users. Now each and every users are connected here with the help of switch, right? But maybe today this user hit same like you are accessing your Gmail account, right? If you do not have internet, can you access your Gmail account? No. So same here, maybe today internet is down, so your router is not able to communicate to your domain controller, so these users will not be able to log into server. Now so you have one condition. What condition you have? You can put branch server, right? Now if you are putting a branch server, so you have two options. One is RODC and second one is RWDC, read write domain controller, right? Now so if you have two options, right, and you know what is the difference between RODC and RWDC. If you will give RODC, means the administrator, right, cannot modify this server from this location, right? Now whatever you have to do, you have to come here and you have to modify. So all the modification will be sent from DC to that branch server. Okay, so now here if the users are, if user wants to log in, they can come here and they can log in now, no problem. And if the internet is down, no problem. If somebody is saying that okay, internet is down, so internet is down, but your database is here, the database has been copied while creating, right? Now so when the database has been copied, these users, they can log in directly. Now I know that right now this server will not sync to the main server because internet is down, right? But internet is not down for whole day, because if the internet is down for whole day, you can talk to ISP. Or maybe if it is whole day, no problem, still user can able to log in here and they can do their work. And after, when the internet will come up, automatically they will synchronize. It's automatic. And what is the maximum synchronizing deal time? Sorry, this is the minimum synchronizing time, 15 minutes. Within 15 minutes they will synchronize. Okay, within 1 minute also they can synchronize, but this is the 15-minute maximum time I am saying, sorry, maximum time. This is the default. So within 15 minutes they will synchronize. But still our work is working here that okay, if internet is down, at least we can work. So this is the benefit of putting a branch server. But in branch server, why you need RODC? Because you can have two conditions. One, that you do not have proper administrator there in your branch location. Maybe you don't want to hire a new administrator, or you don't have a good administrator who can manage. So you want to say that no, if I will give you server, maybe you can do some misconfiguration, right? Because you are not competent. Okay, so you will say no, let me do one thing, let me put RODC here and I will manage from here, no problem. Now in which condition you can deploy RWDC? When you have an administrator here also, so you can say okay, no problem, you do changes there, okay, and whatever you will do changes, it will replicate here, whatever I will do changes, it will replicate here. Okay, now so the difference is in RODC and RWDC. See, if RODC is running and this server is also running, right? If this administrator wants to come and log in here, if he wants this administrator of this place, he wants to log in here and modify something. So he can come here and he can log in and he can modify, right? But if this server is down, if you will log in with this domain administrator also on this server, you cannot modify anything because the main DC is down. Now, but if you have RWDC, right? If this server is down, no problem. You can still work on this server and you can modify whatever you want. And meanwhile, you have time to troubleshoot this server and you can bring it up. But in RODC, if this server is down, this server, you can also think that this server will become silent. He cannot do anything. But only one difference is there, that the existing user can be able to log in. Are you understanding? Maybe I have user 1, user 2, user 3. They can log in. But if you want to create new user, or maybe if you want to change password, you want to do some kind of replication, it will not work in RODC condition. But if you have RWDC, it will work, right? Okay, so let's make some lab related to RWDC. RWDC is also known as, let me give you some idea. Okay, now see, RWDC. Let's talk about RWDC. Read write domain controller. Suppose I have one domain here, right? Now this is my domain controller. Suppose I have one domain controller here. This is my main DC and this is my secondary DC. Okay, now what I want to find, I want to make one kind of backup. What I want, that if this DC is down, right, if this domain controller is down, right, this domain controller, which is backup server, he can take over my network and every user can be able to log in. And if you want to modify something, you have possibilities to modify this server, and you have some option to bring this server up, right? So this server is known as domain controller, and this server will be known as a additional domain controller. Okay, okay, let's design this network. So for this you need how many server? 2 server, and for testing 1 client. So let's come here. Okay, so we have one server here, one server with Active Directory. Let's come and see here. So we have already one server, you can see here, dsa.msc. So I have users and I have server here, right? Okay, now what I am going to do, I am going to add one client to domain controller, right? Okay, let's power on this system. This is okay. See, keep in mind. So this server, what we are talking now, right? This lab is what? This lab, you can say, in this lab, redundancy is there, right? Load balancing is also there, and it's a backup server also. Okay. If this server is down, this server is up, right? And keep in mind, this server is not active and this not is standby. Not, don't think that this is a primary server and this is a secondary, because whenever you see load balancing, in that load balancing you will not have primary and secondary. Okay. In redundancy you will have primary and secondary, but it, you can say, it is working like a redundant server also, it is working like a load balancing server also, and it is working as a backup server also. Okay. So here, as per the lab, we need one domain controller, second domain controller which is backup, right, and one client. Okay. So first of all, we have to add this client to domain controller. Let's add. So for adding, we'll check the IP address. What is my server IP address? My server IP address is ipconfig is 10.1. Okay. So I'll come here on client system. I'll give, as per the network, whatever free IP address you will have. So I'm giving 10.20 and DNS is 10.1. Okay, fine. Check the NS lookup. Is not working, right? So what can be a problem? See, right click on server, go to setting. What is my LAN card? NAT. Come here. What is my LAN card? Custom. So I have to click NAT. Even you have to make this also same according to that one. Are you understanding? So you have to make same. Now put NS lookup. When this will come up, now put NS lookup. Now is working, right? So when NS lookup is working, means this computer is eligible to join the domain as a client. So right click properties, change, click change computer name, and then click more ist.com, right? And then here what you have to write, any name, domain name. Okay. Username IT1, because I have created IT1 there. If you want to verify, you can come here to IT department and you can see here I have IT1. So first we will verify that IT1 or IT2 is user is able to log in, right? After that, what I will do, I will off this server, right? So when you off this server, do users will be able to log in? Yes. Okay. Okay. So here after adding this machine to domain, we can come here to other user and we can write here IT1, IT2, whatever you like, whatever will be your favorite user, you can log in with that. Okay. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. Okay. So this is what user. Okay, no problem. You can verify here. You can write here CMD. What is this? User IT1, right? IT1. Now, suppose I want to log in with IT2, right? So I can come here and I can log in with IT2. So see, IT2 is also able to log in, right? Why? Because I have only one server and this server is up and running. Okay. Now what will happen if the server is down? So you need one backup server. Now you will have question. So which type of backup server you need? Right? So you have two options. One is what? One is what? RODC and RWDC. So if you will make RODC, you know the condition. And if you want to make RWDC, so you have both options. So RODC we have already created. So now we are going to work on RWDC, which is also known as this, and this is also known as ADC. Okay. So here also user 2 is able to, IT2 is able to log in. You can type here CMD and check IT2, right? Okay. Now what I am going to do, I am going to off this server. Okay, let's off this server. So this server has gone. Now let me log off. And I am going to log in with. Okay, now tell me, if I will try to log in with IT1, right? Will it works? If I am trying to log in with IT1, right? Do you think that it will work or not? Anyone? If server is down and I'm trying to log in with IT1. No. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to log to this machine with the existing users, right? Like IT1 and IT2, right? If the server is down, just watch. See, if server is down, still this user is able to log in. Even if you will try to log in with IT2, he will able to log in. Why? Because I hope you remember roaming profile and local profile. So if any user who has logged into this machine, right, his profile has been downloaded here. And if you will come here to advanced setting, and log in and check. What happened? Username. Okay, see. Username window 1 slash administrator. Why I'm not able to log in with that administrator? Because that server is down. Okay. You can use any account, whether you can use here IIST account or you can use your own local account. So I'm using my own local account. Okay. Then I can come here to user profile. Okay, click on advanced and go to user profile settings. And what is saying that IT1 and IT2, right? Account is what? Local, right? So when the profile is local, you are authorized to log in here. But if you are trying to log in with the new user IT3, you will not able to log in. Okay. So for these kinds of problem, right, if you will face in your organization, so for that you need another server, right? Okay, now what we are going to do, let's bring our server up. Okay, so now we are going to make how to make backup server, additional server. Okay, so now we are making a backup server or additional server or redundant server, anything if you want to make. So the process is, first you need your IP address. So here I am going to add 192.168.10.2 and this is the IP of that main server. If you want, what you can come, you can give your own IP also as a DNS. Okay. 10.2. So first what you have to do, you have to add this machine to domain controller as a member server. So how you are going to make a member server? Very simple process. Right click, properties, click on change setting, click on change more. Here you have to write iist.com and here you have to write IIST. So here it will ask you credential. So you can use any credential, right? But I have to make this as a server, right? So let's log in with the IIST administrator. Okay, so I'm going to add this machine to domain with the help of IIST administrator. So I'll write here IIST slash administrator and the password. So you will get one prompt, welcome to IIST domain, and then system will restart. So when the system will restart, if you will come in Yaoundé DC1 and if you will come, so where I will get the information about that system, in which folder, in domain controller or in computer? Computer, because that system is right now is a member as a client. When I will upgrade him as a backup server or something, then it will come to domain controller. Okay, okay, now we are here now. So here you have to, now we are going to make this server as a backup server, right? Additional domain controller. If maybe if somebody will ask you, you can say additional domain controller also. Okay. Now, so you have to log in with administrator account. Which administrator account? Your IIST administrator account. Okay, see. Now let's come here. So I'll click here other user, right? In other user you have to write here what? Yes, IIST slash enter. Okay. So now what you have to do, you have to start server manager. So click here on start. See, by default whenever you will log in, automatically server manager starts. But if server manager is not there, right, you can start from here. Click window here and then server manager is here. So I'm going to add to my taskbar also here. Now Here you have to click add roles and features. Next, click next. Here what we are going to install, Active Directory and DNS. Click next. Install. So right now we are only installing service. After service we will upgrade to additional domain controller. Okay. So now here you will get what? Yes, promote this server as a domain controller. Click here. Okay, so here we have three options. So we have to select add a domain controller to an existing domain because we have already domain. Okay, so automatically see ist.com is coming and automatically all credential is coming. Why? Because I have logged in with ist administrator. That's why automatically it is coming. But if you will maybe you forget to log in with that and you logged in with another user. So here you have to click on change and then you have to log in again. But if you have already logged in, no problem. So here is my domain controller ist.com. Next. See, this is the page. If I will select here read only domain controller, right, then it will become as a read only. But if I will not select here, if I am not selecting here, if I am not selecting, means this is a read write domain controller. Okay, now so I am writing the recovery mode password. This password you will understand when we will recover Active Directory. You need it. Click next. Here you don't need to change anything. Here replicate from Yaoundé DC1 ist.com. Next. This is my Active Directory database location. Remember we did some scripting, we installed Active Directory through script in server core, right? So who made that script? How you got the script? Maybe if you want to get that script, how you will get it? See, can you see here? Click here. See, this is that script. Same all command. You just have to what? Copy and paste. So whatever you did here, you don't have to do automatically to load. If you cancel also, cancel from here and copy and paste this into PowerShell, all will work. Click next. So here it is going to verify all the prerequisites. Click install. Okay, automatically your system will restart. Okay, so now here the system has been restarted. Now let us log in here. Okay, and when you logged in here, let's come to Yaoundé DC1. Now see, do that. If you will click on computer, see this computer is still there. But what I told you, when you will make that as a domain controller, additional domain controller, it will come here. Why is not coming? Huh? Refresh. Refresh. See, when you refresh, it has gone from here and came here. Okay, and now if you will open the Active Directory of this place, okay, see, you can see everything has been replicated here. Okay, now let's come here to IT department and create a new user, IT4. Okay, now do you think that it will come here? Come here, IT department, refresh. Okay, no problem, it takes time of replication. Okay, it will come automatically. When you will learn the replication, you will get it. If it is not working, I will show you how it works. IT4. Okay, let's create here one user, IT5. Next, finish, refresh it. When you refresh, let's come here and refresh here as well and come to IT department. See, IT5 is coming from domain to this place, but here is this one is taking time, right? So if this one is taking time, where is the problem? From DC to ADC or ADC to DC? ADC to DC is the problem, right? Okay, now what you have to do, you have to come here to domain controller. Okay, but this is in a next chapter, but I'm just giving you some introduction. Click on tools. Can you see here Active Directory, site and services? Because that is my branch. Branch server is known as site server, site, right? See, this is your Yaoundé server, okay, and this is your that branch, right? You come to NTDS, right click, refresh, not coming. Right click, add new Active Directory domain service. Okay, to which you want to replicate. You are Yaoundé DC1, so DC2. So click OK. Okay, this one you want to replicate with. Okay, you can select here or you can click replicate, no problem. So I'll come here to, I will select DC1, and in that DC1, see, you are getting Yaoundé DC2, and here you are getting Yaoundé DC1. So come here, right click, replicate now. Okay, no problem, it will replicate. Right click, replicate now. See, you must get message like this. Okay, Active Directory domain service has been replicated the connection. See, here we are getting error, the following error occurred, synchronizing domain controller. Okay, no problem. What you have to do, I restarted this server, but did I restarted this server? The first one, no. So just restart it, is part of that one. But if you will see here, refresh it, I think it would be there. No, okay. So it's just part of restarting. Click on start, restart. Restart this also, let's try. Okay, so the both machine is restarted now. Now you can see, no problem. See, you have to follow this, you have to watch what is happening and how, where I am clicking, how I am moving. Okay, login now. So here also now we can log in. So after restarting, you have to log in on both server. Okay, the main server and the branch server. Okay, you can say this is your domain controller, this is your additional domain controller backup server. Now you can open your Active Directory here. Still not replicated. I'm on DC ADC backup server. Okay, let's check the DNS. Okay, fine. No, so here also you need to configure. Okay, so on the main server also what we have to do, we have to come here and we have to give the DNS address for that, but it's okay, it's replicating. It is already in his DNS memory. This Yaoundé DC2, which is additional domain controller, that server information is already here in the DNS of, you can see here, see Yaoundé DC1, Yaoundé DC2. Okay, see, can you see here, this we have added manually, right? And this came automatically. So this one what you have to do, in automatic right click and replicate. Now see, you're not getting error, right? Then delete this one which you have created manually. Let it be automatically. When you will restart, see here we are getting manual, not automatic, right? So it must come automatic. Now see, replicated. Now you come here and open Active Directory. Refresh. See, user key. So it just part of replication. If it will replicate, if it is not replicating, but see, maximum is 15 minutes. Okay, in 15 minutes it will replicate. I can show you the time somewhere. Okay, when we will do our replication, okay, Active Directory site and services, I will show you the time. Okay, but you can see that they are replicating. If they are not replicating, you know how to replicate it. Okay, now our option was that, okay, if this server will go down, right? We said that if this server will go down, do any other user will be able to log in, right? Okay, now come here. Let's pause, suspend this server, right? This server has gone, right? Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to log in with IT4, which the one which we have created. Let's try that one, or maybe HR1. Let's try that one. Now tell me, he will be able to log in? No. Why? No, no domain server. Why? Because I'll show you. Let it, because on this client, did you give the DNS address of additional domain controller? So you have to give the DNS address of that secondary server also, because he know only primary server, but he don't know secondary server. Now you can see here that this user is not able to log in, right? Now, so what I told you in the beginning, that we have to come here and we have to add the secondary server DNS address. Okay, now one question will come in your mind that okay, do I need to go all machines to add this DNS? Huh? What I'm asking? Do I need to go to all machine and add this DNS address with all my client machine? Huh? So what is the option? Yes, because in DHCP you go and give the information automatic, because here in lab we are doing it with a static, but in the company there is no static. Okay, now let me log off. And now let me try with what? HR1, right? Welcome to HR1 means you are able to log in. Okay. So as you have seen that this user is able to do whatever server is, right? Okay, he is able to create new account, Active Directory, users and computer. Okay, so he is able to create one OU like IT IMS. Okay, he is able to create user IT IMS 1. See this, if you will understand this, then you will understand the next lab, otherwise no. Okay, so what I did, I created one new folder ITIMS and I created one user ITIMS 1, right? Okay. Okay, I created ITIMS 1. Now let's see here, I have logged in with HR1 when the server is down. Okay, now let's log in with ITIMS 1. Okay, successfully login. So this server is working as a backup server. But according to me, there is one problem. Okay, let's find out what is the problem. So this is your additional domain controller, right, which is acting as a domain controller now when the domain is down, right? Okay, now maybe in future your boss said I have one another branch server which is in, suppose this is in Yaoundé, this is in Douala and this is Bafoussam, right? Okay, power on, let's give 4 GB. So Yaoundé is down, Douala has taken over on Yaoundé and he is operating. Okay, users are able to log in, see here. Okay, so everything is working fine, no problem, right? Okay, so now here you have to add another branch server. Okay, Okay, now see, I came here. Now I'm going to log in with server. So this is a new machine I'm going to make. Okay. So what is the IP address of this machine? 10.3. Just take example, no problem. Okay, 10.3, and the DNS, preferred DNS is this, and the alternate DNS is 10.2, right? And I have one another DNS, right, which is 10.3. Okay, write down, no problem. 10.3. Okay, because here we can only add 2. So if you will say, okay, one is down, so if you want you can remove one. Okay, let's remove it. Should I remove it? No. Okay. Okay, now we have to add this machine to domain controller, and then we have to install, same process, because we want to add this machine as a first member server. So come to properties, change setting, change more, ist.com, okay, domain, IIHT, and okay. Okay, everything is going well. Verify the NS lookup. Okay, no, doesn't matter, but you have added. Why NS lookup is not working? Because primary server is down. So if, okay, no problem, you are welcome to the domain, and if you'll come to this additional domain and this computer, and if you refresh, you will see Yaoundé DC 3, right? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to log in on Bafusam server. Okay, so I have to log in from with the help of IST account, right? Okay, let's click here, add roles and features. Okay, next, same thing, Active Directory domain service and DNS. Next, next. So this is our additional Active Directory domain service. Okay, so we are installing. Let's see. When you will see, you will understand. See, as of now, this Yaoundé, this Douala server, you can say, additional server, backup server, is controlling everything. Users are able to log in. You can create user, you can create OU, you can add computers to this. Everything is working fine, right? But let's see. Okay, now click on promote this server as a domain controller. So here also same came, add domain controller to existing domain. Okay, no problem. Click next. Everything is working here fine. Can you see why it's taking long time? Why it's taking long time? Why? Because my DC2, which is additional, yes, is a backup server, so he should control everything. So why this one is taking time? Huh? Something is correct. See, step will come when you will finish it will give you error. Because see, this server is Yaoundé server, right? But this server what you made, additional domain controller, it is full carbon copy. It's a full copy of that server. Okay. See, instead of wasting time, see, you cannot create. Okay, instead of wasting time, see, instead of wasting time, right? When you do practice, you wait. You will see the error, right? So I'm not going to wait because it's taking long time. Okay, okay, let's try. Okay. Huh? No, no, no. This is read write. To to which you want to replicate? One. So, but one is down. Okay, let's two. Take two. Next. Sit. Now see. Have you seen the error? Okay. See this. Verification of prerequisites of the domain controller promotion fail. You cannot install additional domain controller at this time because RID master on Yaoundé DC1 that is offline. Okay. You cannot create it. Now the problem came. Okay. So what we have to do? You have to resume it. Then okay. Let's do it. But what is the situation? Why he is not able to work, right? Other things are working. Why adding another server is not working? Adding another user is working. Adding another group is working. OU is working. But when I try to add another server, is not working. Why? Now come to Yaoundé DC1. Open your command prompt and type net dom query fsmo. Let's come to Yaoundé server also. Sorry, Douala server, which is ADC. Net dom query fsmo. See, now what is saying that I'm just giving you example. We will work on this. See, there are 5 type of power roles. Okay, ministry, education ministry, finance ministry. Okay, example. So this is your company IIST.com. So IIST has 5 type of ministry, and that ministry is located on which server? Yaoundé DC1. See all these 5 roles. Now come here and see what is saying. Yaoundé DC1. Even if you will come here, netdom query okay. So you can see here who have all these all roles? Yaoundé DC1. And if Yaoundé DC1 is down, right, you can do some what you can say, you can work as a backup of the user database, but some operation you cannot work. But what type of operation you cannot work? See, okay, now so in the second lab we will work on, because the video is too long, see, is almost 1 hour. Okay, so in the second lab we will work on if Yaoundé server is down, how we should transfer all this ministry to Douala server? How we can transfer all this role to Douala server? So Douala server can take over, right? Okay. So before transferring, I will explain you what is the schema master, domain, PDC and all. Okay. So this lab is completed. Now second lab.